Hello, welcome to What If Izuku Was an Iron Man. My name is Robert Fisk, your host on a show where we talk about bullshit that's, let's be honest, will never happen. So now that I've woken up, got my cup of coffee, and I'm still waiting for my Wi-Fi to get fixed, I guess let's start. So we left off with Izuku powering on Jarvis. But we're not going to start this episode off of there. Oh, hell no. We started off in Japan. So, sorry about that. Someone just had to walk in my room at the beginning of a video. So, Nezu, what are we planning to do about this Iron Man? Truth, I'm gonna be honest with you. If that suit was built by the person using it, he's probably more intelligent than me. Yes, Izuku is smarter than most intelligence-enhancing quirks. Yay. No, wait, did I say most? I meant all. But Nezu, what are the chances that someone's actually that smart? Tony Stark himself had one of the best intelligence-enhancing quirks in the world. And it's literally impossible to get two of that quirk. Well, I don't know. But one thing's for sure. We can't just let him running around here blowing shit up and killing villains. As Nezu would cut the person speaking off. No, All Might, we can't really do anything. If he truly is a copy of Iron Man, then he's probably stationed in America. And he looked incredibly pissed when he was handling All for One. And with technology alone, he beat All for One with no problem. What do you think he could do to you if he saw you as a threat? I understand. And plus, if he truly is stationed in America, there's nothing we can do to touch him. You know their policy. Yeah. Anyone can become a hero, as long as they have a right sense of will. Yeah, education and such is required, but if you already have that education, you don't really need to do extra courses. It seems like he knows a bit of it. Did you see him? He stopped that rubble from falling on a different building. In fact, the explosion was so condensed it barely prevented any damage to the surrounding areas. It's my reason to believe that the iron suit we saw a few months ago blowing up that building is the same person that was in this golden red suit. I understand what you mean, Matthew. Until we figure out if he is stationed in America or not, we can't do anything to him. If he is stationed in Japan, then we have the full authority to arrest him. Even if it isn't a quirk, which I'm almost certain that it is, then I guess, yeah, I'm not gonna bring that up. But until we find that out, there's nothing we can do. As we then cut to Izuku, fully turning on Jarvis for the first time in a few years. first time in about 12 years, if my math is correct. Izuku was put up for adoption at the age of 4 and adopted by Inko at the age of 4. And right now he's 16, so 16 minus 4 is... I don't want to make myself look like an idiot. 16 minus 4... 2 should be, I think. I don't know. But if that's the correct answer, then 12 years. I'm sorry, I just woke up and grabbed a cup of coffee. I'm sorry. And I'm now eating bacon. So, I don't know why I said the speech in the last part was scripted. It wasn't. I don't know why I said that exactly. Because I think it would be more. I think my mindset there was it'd be more impressive if it was scripted. I don't know what I was thinking. Was I drunk or something? Yeah, probably. Hello, sir. Who are you? Jarvis would ask, as Jarvis is incredibly intelligent. He's basically to the point where he is a sentient AI. Like, not even to the point where he's just programmed to be sentient. He has complete sentience. He can deny his code whenever he wishes and do whatever he wishes. He just follows the orders to literally just serve, I guess. I'm Izuku Stark, and you are Jarvis, correct? Why, yes. Uh, mind telling me what's happened in the last few years? I know your mind can connect. I know your mind could connect to the internet incredibly fast. Yes, but most of my main systems are offline right now, so I can't really connect to anything. As Izuku would just quickly explain the brief explanation of what happened since Jarvis was offline. Oh dear. Well, I think the best course of action is, well, not going back to Japan, obviously. Nah, doesn't take a supercomputer to learn that, indeed. If we go back to Japan, they'll have an entire authority to arrest me. If I'm revealed to be stationed here in America, then they can't do shit to me. And that's something I believe someone, a white mouse, so to speak, should know. Well, anyways, what are you planning to do? I'm planning to get the company back up and running. For a different purpose, of course. And how do you plan to do that? Simple. Let's make some calls. But first, I need to get your systems back online. Izuku would go to a main computer that is attached to a server system that is attached to Jarvis, as he would start running commands to reboot all main systems. As Izuku would also find record recordings of the Infinity Stones. So that's the thing that killed him, huh? The Infinity Stones. I feel like they could bring someone back, but I'm assuming with how the universe works, there's a consequence for using it. Tony mentioned something about it. He said that with all good things there must come a consequence. This doesn't necessarily include all good things. I'm pretty sure he just meant all good things that come of the Infinity Stones. The stones used by themselves, they're fine. Altogether, using to bring someone back, so to say, would take someone else. You might not know them, but it would pain another family. Mm. Eh, true. But I'm assuming they're destroyed. Probably. The suit he was using went offline about 35 minutes before his vital signs dropped to zero. Which means I was not there to see what finally happened. Well, anyways, now we gotta figure out a business plan. We're not building weapons, that's for sure. But with a bunch of the crap we can do, we can provide a shit ton of services. Alright, let's make a few calls. As I don't know how to set up a fucking business or restart one. Let's just say Izuku does it at the age of 16. Okay? As there'd be an announcement from an anonymous person saying that Stark Industries would be rebooted as a new service. As people were skeptical as how the fuck would it be restarted if there's no Stark alive? Meanwhile, Izuku is right now building something very, very, very very advanced nanotechnology. It'd be a healing chamber, so to speak. Could basically cure any disease within a matter of hours. If he made it go too fast with curing the diseases, it would, so to speak, basically probably cause more injury than safety. As he'd build 3 of these things and basically allow reservations to be made to use them for a pretty hefty price of $300. And well, surgery costs more, but just healing diseases, depending on the extremity of the disease, can go from anywhere from $60 to $300. Surgeries can go from anywhere to $1,000 to $4,000. But with this service alone, he makes a lot of money as it helps people, and he gets his money. Business plan. Go burr. There's also something explaining how the nanotechnology could completely replace an organ. Of course, with correct time and money. As All Might would probably want to check this out because of, I think we know why. Replace an organ and completely repair one's body. But that's already been done. And do I want to copy it? Well, the whole healing chamber did. I remember reading it, not reading it, listening to it. I don't remember who it was from. I truly don't. So if you guys know, then I'll credit to him for this concept. I just need some way to start the business again. And I feel like being a medical business would probably be the best, especially since high technology could, fetch you money. And we all love money, don't we? You love money? Yes, I love money. Not as much as you, let's be honest. But it's money, so we appreciate it. Unless you're fucking Tony Stark, you've got too much, then you know what to do with. But anyways, All Might would eventually decide to make a reservation and get plane tickets, as he was, so to speak, going on vacation, quote unquote, in the public's eye. As Nezu still hasn't put 2 to 2 together that this new company is the new Iron Man as well. As when Izuku realized he had a reservation from All Might, he's like, did that injury, is he actually that concerned about that injury? I get it's massive as shit, but is it? It's limiting his time with his quirk. Is it not? Probably, sir, Jarvis would reply. From all the reports, it seems that through the past year, his performance has lowered significantly, and time active per day is only about 3 hours per day. That's the only... Normally, you only see him for about 3 hours a day. We saw him active for about 3 hours and 35 minutes today, but that's only because he saved a boy named Katsuki Bakugo. And what's he planning to do with All for One for All? Well, since its main purpose was to imprison All For One, yeah, dumb purpose, just outright kill him, it would have solved the problem ages ago. Yes. It would have solved many problems for many people if All For One was dead sooner, of course. Anyways, I understand. They have a policy. But policy doesn't beat what that man did. I still don't understand how they can allow someone to live and just rot away in a cell when he's killed thousands. When he manipulated the entire first generation, no less. Well, anyways, as Izuku would go ahead and just, just give them the price tag for the surgery. $4,000. As the surgery is literally replacing an organ, a very vital one at that. So he's like, he's got enough money, and unfortunately, my bank account's probably going to be on fire after we're done getting the first major things done. As he spent a ton of money getting this back online. Basically, most of the money his father left him is already down the drain in this business, and he's only gained about 20% of it back. Coffee. Should have got more coffee. Anyways. So we would skip to where All Might and Izuku are about to meet in Izuku's office, as All Might would walk in as Izuku's just, scouring through some papers, going through all of it, and basically just signing a bunch of contracts, legal contracts that he's required to sign to keep this business up and going, just to make a scene, and not just some random, oh hey All Might, I'm just sitting here in my chair conveniently waiting for you, because that's how the story was meant to be. I want there to be some reason to do everything. And let's be honest, I wanted to do the prior before, I found it weird. Izuku Stark, I presume. Yes, and you're All Might. Or Toshinori Yagi. The hell? I have You do realize this company owns a satellite, right? It's not hard to find information about anyone that makes reservations. I don't really know that many private details of your life. I know a lot of shit, Izuku would say in his mind. But I do know the basic information of everyone that comes to this company. That's mildly concerning. Yes, it is, but you shouldn't be concerned about it. You're paying for the service. With your credit card, no less. Of course, I'd figure out your name. Well, anyway, please follow me. All payments and business shenanigans will be handled after the surgery, so you can't take it back. What's that? It's policy, my friend. As Izuku would say in a joking tone. In a joking tone. Are you always this, energetic? Not really. It's just, friends have forced me to be a bit more energetic about things. And I hate it. But I lost a bet. And it's either losing the bet about me, it's either losing the bet and having to be happy and actually be energetic and do things, or I lose a lot of money. So which one would you prefer? I don't know. I got a lot of money. And I don't got that much anymore after the business starting, so let's just get this thing over. As All Might would basically be taken into the chamber, and Izuku would basically use sleeping gas to knock him the fuck out, as he would power on the machine and go drink his cup of coffee. Truth be told, this is the first time it's actually being used for its original purpose. So um, if he dies, what the fuck will happen? Hmm, I mean, you'll probably have a few thousand lawsuits on your head. Yeah, let's just make sure that doesn't happen. Jarvis, make sure all protocols are set to this one machine. Yes, sir. So Jarvis, make sure all the backup power for the other machines are transferred to this one as well. No one else's has a reservation for today, so let's do it. Okay, sir. As we'd cut a few hours later, as All Might would wake up and he's in pain, but he's in his buff form. No, he's still in skinny form. He's like, what? Welcome back to the living realm, All Might. Anyways, you might be asking why you're not in your buff form right now. That's because now your skinny form is a part of you, meaning it can't be completely erased. But now you can basically hold your buff form for basically you can basically hold it for an infinite amount of time. I just found keeping the skinny form would probably be a convenience to you because don't you get swarmed by paparazzi a lot? Yes. So just try it. As All Might would buff up with no issues, and he would basically say, yeah, that's what he said. He said nothing. He's in complete shock. As All Might would make the payment, and we'd basically just cut to Izuku smirking. And now I know all UA's detailed information. Well, that's what I gotta do to find out a few things. As Izuku was tracking down something, he was trying to track down the assassin of his biological mother. And a comment last video, like an hour before I actually started recording this, actually called out who I was planning to make the assassin. Because, like, yeah, none of this is scripted, but some of the ideas go thrown around in my head. And he, low-key, called out who I wanted to be at least the cause of the assassination. So, Izuku was planning to use UA's records to basically hunt down a bunch of different companies, a bunch of different people who had enough money to make a target like that. As he also did this for a lot of major companies in the US, Hammer Industries, and he'd basically start searching through the UA's logs, and he would basically have full access to those security cameras. Sweet, sweet security cameras. Oh god, I am tired. I should go get more coffee. As Yuko would decide to turn off the machine for the day, as he would basically just head to school, as he's basically just saying in his mind, I have no clue what to do. As he would head to school, no one knowing he's the owner, as All Might was the only client who actually found out his name. As he would basically sit down next to Peter, and Peter would ask him a question, and it basically would just continue to be asked questions about their certain subject, basically for Izuku's thoughts on a few things and shit like that. Basically, Izuku is basically just a study partner for Peter. I understand that Peter is smart, and I'm pretty sure that's shown indefinitely in the movies. I feel like he'd be interested to see the point of a subject from another person's point of view, so that's why I'm making him do this. And plus, I just need some time so you guys actually, so I get that sweet, sweet watch time. Not that I get paid for this. I mean, it'd be nice, YouTube, hurry up and lower down requirements. But anyways. Shit. So then we'd basically cut to, then basically a news report would come on about a fucking attack on the U.S. And it would basically just be a bunch of random supervillains, just your average schmo. Nothing too special, just random supervillains with the potential to blow up all of the United States. As Izuku just looks at Peter, and Peter looks at Izuku, and I think you guys know what happens. Izuku would basically just head out to his car, open the trunk, grab a wetsuit, go to a fucking alley, and now he's Iron Man. And Parker is now Spider-Man for some reason. Yeah, why did I say for some reason? He's Spider-Man. He's written to be Spider-Man. As we would then cut, or not cut, we then cut to Izuku flying through the air, people taking pictures, being at awe, and, well, Parker just swinging next to him. So, how's your day, my friend? I don't know, I just got blown. I don't know, I just had to get up out of my school to, wait, you know this! Why are you asking me? You know this. Just messing with you. Screw you, Izuku. You're the person who forced me to be energetic. I know, and I regret it. As you'd basically just see these random super thugs, and super hoes. Yeah, that's just basically what a bunch of super villains are, just super hoes. No offense to anyone. If you did take that offensive, then I guess sorry, but it isn't meant to be offensive. As Izuku would basically just, oh wait, the situation's already over. Oh shit, forgot that suit can fly very fast. Well, how am I supposed to make an interesting story now? Blow up Izuku's suit? I'm joking. So, the situation is already diffused due to Izuku's technology. And who are these villains? Shigaraki and Dabi. Oh, they survived. Oh well, to jail with that. So they are now in jail, and Izuku has the credit for taking down what has taken Yue a few months to do. As Yue already started, and the events of Katsuki Bakio and the Sludge Villain happen later after Yue starts, I'm gonna say that. As we'd basically see, we basically would cut to Peter, MJ, Ned, and Izuku riding in a Lamborghini all the way to the Stark Estate. Out of all the houses we could have studied at, you guys decided to study at my house. Yeah, as they would all say at the same time. Welcome to the Stark Estate. Wait. My name is Izuku Stark, the owner of this lovely facility. Yay, identity revealed. As we basically just cut to them all sitting in a kitchen, a very fancy kitchen, studying for exams. Don't we love exams? They're fun. So fun. So cool. So cool. So many fun memories with exams. As we then cut to basically Zuko getting a notification saying, basically, it didn't say anything. He just got a notification that something was happening. As he would basically just click a button on the table and a computer would come out of nowhere. As he would start typing. Sorry, someone's got to eat this bacon. As Ezekiel would be kind of pissed figuring something out. He would pin the assassination of his biological mother to Hammer Industries. Once again, screw the person that just found this out, or guessed it, I guess. But anyway, good assumption. And to be honest, I probably would have forgotten about the concept if they didn't remind me of it. So Izuku now needs proof to get this entire industry taken down. Well, anyways. God, I'm tired. I have a migraine. I feel like 30% of this video is silence and me eating bacon. So, after the studying session is done, they are all taken home. Izuku drives his own car because, heh, it's allowed in my what if. Legal age to drive cars. Do not give a fuck at the moment. I am tired. And it's a story. Deal with it. Also deal with my stupidity, I guess. Izuku would do a shit ton of research and would continue for a while. As this would basically be just the beginning of a massive investigation. So Izuku, Midoriya, or Stark, whichever one you guys decide to call him, I guess, yeah, anyways. Well, anyways. So, now we will look at it. The hell am I looking at again? Tell me what I'm looking at again. I'm looking at these statistics. Jarvis, what am I looking at? Sir, I don't know. It's confusing. Jarvis, stop acting and tell me. Well, sir, this is the statistical board of the revenue that Hammer Industries has made ever since Stark Industries' unfortunate absence 12 years ago. So was this all Could this be used as a motivation? Possibly, yes, sir. The motivation to boost your own company and your wealth at the cost of someone else's company by assassinating the only person that could have run the company at the time. Was really no one qualified? Not really, sir. According to these logs, a lot of workers lost their jobs because of it. Some of them are now homeless, unfortunately. Well, we got some of the workers back for the new business, but we can't really guarantee that this was a motive. There could have been more to it. The rivalry between Stark and Hammer Industries is a long-lasting one. It went all the way back to when Howard Stark ran the company and Hammer's father. So, what could have caused the drastic measures of killing someone to be taken? Well, quite simple, really. Most of Stark Industries' wealth came from its technology, and its technology was a lot better than Hammer's. So if Hammer could become the number one in technological growth, not only would it get funded by the government a lot more than it used to be, it would also probably result in a lot more money coming from customers now thinking Hammer is the next best thing since Stark and his wife are dead. Makes sense. But shouldn't you know all this? Truthfully, yes, I just have a headache right now, I don't want to think. Well, we have a motive, sir. Now we just need to find proof. Oh, I've got an idea. As Izuku would go to a page online and sign something. It's not a terms of service or shit like that. He hasn't signed anything over to anyone. You guys will see in the next part. But now, we will go ahead and go to Izuku, saying goodbye to Peter Parker and his friends since he's going back to Japan for a few months. As in this time, Kirigiri has broken the LOV, or Dabi and Shigaraki, out of prison, and now Izuku wants to lock them up again. But you might be asking, but their entire base got blown up. How are any of them alive? You do realize what Kirigiri's quirk is, and he was only focused on All for One, not them. As Izuku has a estate in Japan, very large, very supercars, as Izuku would basically sign up for something, and it'd basically be UA, the second entrance exams in the middle of the first year. These exist to make sure anyone who couldn't get into unfortunate events, Izuku, could have a chance. You're not allowed to retry the entrance exams if you've already been there, so everyone's logged. As Izuku would sign up just for certain things, as no one knows his name, so he says Izuku Midoriya. I am tired. Too tired for my own good. Anyways. Basically, Izuku would take the entrance exams. We don't need to question if he passed with his suits, as UA would realize, well, this man is the new Iron Man. As theoretically, Izuku's only there to get information about the whereabouts of villains and stuff like that. UA has a whole catalog of information he could use, and even if he has access to the digital information, most of UA's actual physical information is kept in copies and in physical ones, not digital. So, we basically cut to Aizawa introducing this new person to Class 1A. Hello, you damn brats. Today we have a new person joining us for whatever reason. But sir, isn't it halfway through the year, blue-haired hedgehog bitch would say? There's a second entrance exam that goes up for the people who couldn't make the first ones due to unfortunate circumstances. People who already failed them are not allowed to retry until next year. They're all cataloged and logged. Anyways, makes sense. Oh, so that's why a redhead rock-looking bitch said, "I'm sorry, I don't like Hiroshima. I really don't. Like, it's oh, that's so manly. What the I hate it. I hate Hiroshima. I hate his character. I'm sorry, I just don't like Hiroshima. I don't. I never have. There's a few characters I hate in this show. Kirishima, 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 Mineta, and I'm pretty sure those are the only two My Hero characters I truly hate. I guess 9 could also fit on there, but, you know, he hasn't really had enough screen time. He only had one movie, if I'm correct, so hasn't had enough screen time for me to have a valid reason to hate him. I just don't like him for some reason. So, Izuku would be introduced as Bakugo would be eyes wide. You. What's up, Baku bitch? As everyone would just eye at Midoriya. Nah, leave him alone. He's got a rightful reason. Bakugo changed in this time, thanks to someone hitting him into shape finally, after the news that Inko is DEAD, kinda not in the mortal plane, doesn't exist. You understand what I mean. Inko is dead as shit. She dead as hell. So, Izuku would basically join UA, and he's not joining UA to become a hero of Japan. He's joining UA for information. Yes, he's joining for his own personal reasons. Don't you love these stories? No one would figure out Izuku's true identity until literally the first week he's there, having full permission to use his technology in fights. As it basically be declared, they'd have a new quirk assessment, and for Izuku, a technology assessment. I am tired of shit. Well, anyways. So basically, it would come down to, in most of the attributes, Izuku gets first due to technology. And everyone slowly realized this man is Iron Man. As Tenya would make a statement, "But sir, he's killed people. He's killed a person. I don't think he should be allowed to become a hero." Ida, that villain was one of the most dangerous people in the entire planet. And even though most of us don't truly agree, he's backed up by almost all of the United States. We can't do anything. And to our knowledge, he's only here for information. He's not really here to become a hero of Japan. Then why is he... Simple. From what we know, he's tracking down the League of Villains. That's all we know. As Izuku strictly set Aizawa up to this speech, if anyone ever mentioned it, to figure out something. as Izuku would use his technology to connect to everyone's phones, as someone would sneak away and start texting someone, as he would basically try to inform them that Iron Man is after them and they were gonna inform him who the Iron Man is, because like only All for One knows who it is and he's dead. Yeah, so there's not really much development of character here. Izuku would basically take a screenshot of this and fail to send the message automatically. He'd bring this to Nezu, as this person would be called to the office. So, would you care to explain why you are trying to give the League of Villains information, Aoyama? Wait, how do you? As a picture would then show of Aoyama's chat log. I didn't do. I strictly sit there and saw you text them. You can't say anything, Izuku would say. Aoyama, in defeat, would go ahead and explain his allegiance with the League of Villains. He basically explained that it was a favor that he owed them. The League of Villains had saved his parents from death, but this was only because Aoyama's parents, I'm gonna say, are decently wealthy and they needed money. So Aoyama basically just now helps them as a, well, sort of thank you for saving his parents. But they didn't have any good intentions, let's be honest. With them dead, they wouldn't be able to access that sweet, sweet bank account. That's a pretty dumb reason to help someone. Jeez, you would at least think you would help them since they gave you a quirk. But they didn't. They didn't give you a quirk. If All for One did give you one, though, say your naval laser, it would have been a better reason to help them. But just because they saved your parents because they wanted money. Pretty dumb reason to help a villain, if I do say so myself. As Aoyama would then charge up his naval laser in order to attack Izuku, as he would basically have his quirk erased and he'd be taken to prison. I'm sorry that I made Aizawa not Aizawa, Aoyama the traitor. I haven't read the manga, but whoever is the traitor, I guess, isn't the traitor in this one. I don't know who the traitor in the manga is. I remember seeing something about like the traitors finally revealed, and if that's true, then I guess they are no longer the traitor. But yay, I guess. But sorry, Aoyama fans, he's the traitor in this one. So now Izuku would have the LOV's location, and he was basically done with whatever the hell he wants to do. But in this time, the short time he was here, he actually made a few friends. A new friend. Shoto Todoroki. And that is where I'm going to be leaving this part off. Now, I'm sorry if this part is a lot more underwhelming than the first. I really didn't have a plan going into this of what this part was going to be about. I originally wanted this part to be about something else, but I have an extra part after. I have an idea for an extra part after the series is over. Basically just explaining all the scrapped ideas I had with the what if. So, yeah. So, sorry if this part is underwhelming. I just needed this part to basically be starting a bunch of different, well, sidelines in the third part. So this part, you could say, is just taking the downfall for the rise and hopefully success of the third part. of what if Deku was Iron Man. But let's be honest, I don't know how to count to the number 3, so for a while, I don't think we're going to see that part 3. I think a few of my other what ifs are proof for that, but I'll get to them eventually. Maybe, hopefully. See you guys in the next episode of Bullshittery.